Hello everyone, it is Emma from Little Learners South Norfolk. How are we all doing today? We've had lots of snow here. Has anybody else had any snow? I know lots of people have had snow. Right, so today we are going to be making a puppy Valentine's Day card in the shape of a little love heart. Now, with these there's a lot of cutting and sticking and things like that, so it's quite fun to do. And you can also make them into Valentine's Day cards or a little mask if you want to. So the first thing that we are going to do is we're just going to cut out the little love heart shape. So I'm just going to get some pink paper and just draw that. Now you can use plain paper if you want to decorate it any differently. I'm just using some pink paper, but you can use whatever you like. I discovered when I was practicing making this that I can't draw love hearts, so I had to use some like circles and straight lines and God knows what. There we go. Right, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to cut that out. So you've just got the love heart. I'm just going to grab my scissors. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just do it as best as you can. You could always, if your child is trying to practice with some scissors, you could always draw the shape and then encourage them to cut it out. So then they're using some of their fine and gross motor skills, and then they can practice their scissors and everything as well. There we go. Right. So I've just cut out a little love heart. There we go. Not perfect, but yeah, so there's your love heart. It doesn't need to be too big, but then it really does just depend on how big you want it to be. If you're going to make it into a mask rather than a card, I would suggest doing it a little bit bigger, just so you've got enough room to make all your eye holes and everything. So we've got our love heart. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our puppy's long ears. Now with this, again, I've just used some coloured paper, and you've just got to draw sort of two rectangular shaped ears with a little curve at the bottom. I'm going to use some sort of orangey coloured paper, but like I say, you can use anything. If you have got something like fluffy at home, like cotton wool or anything like that, it might be quite a nice idea to use that on the ears, just to make it a bit more puppy-like. Dropping things, sorry. So yeah, like I say, draw. If you draw a little line at the top, and then what we're going to do is at a slight angle, draw one of the lines down the side. So one of the lines needs to be longer than the other one. I'll show you in just a second. Like I said, it doesn't need to be perfect, just whatever you want. And you also might not need to do this depending on the sort of material you're using. So I'll try and colour it in a bit darker so you can see it. Right, so what I've done here, you can't really see it, but we've got a line at the top, a short line and then a longer line. I'll try and show it to you once I've cut it out, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do a curve at the bottom just to meet them up. There we go. And then what you're going to do is just do another one for the other ear. Like I say, it doesn't need to be anything perfect. Obviously, if you're making it into a mask, you're going to need some sort of string or whatever you want to use, but that is completely up to you. So it might be nice to make some little Valentine's Day masks. Does anybody do anything with their children for Valentine's Day? This will be sort of the first proper Valentine's Day I've had with my daughter, so I might do some little different crafts and things. Does anybody else do anything? There's so many different Valentine's Day crafts you can do now. There we go. So I'm just cutting these out. If you want to use things like glitter, cotton wool, pom-poms, anything like that, you can, and it will make your dog a little bit more sort of creative and fun. There we go. So I've got the ear here, and as you can see, one side is slightly longer than the other, and then there's a curve at the bottom. So you need to make 2 of those and then cut those out. You can make using the same sort of idea, like little bunny rabbits and stuff as well. So there's so many different animals you can make and make them into a little Valentine's Day card. And there we go. I'm just going to cut my other one out. I mean, they're not even really equal, but yeah, so we've got 2 ears, and then what we're going to do is we're going to stick those onto our love heart that we made. So they're just going to go on the side like so. Now I'm going to use a bit of sellotape, but you can use glue or whatever you have at home. I've just, doing these live videos has made me realise that I need to get some different glue, because the one I have just doesn't seem to want to stick to anything. But it's fine. You can use a little bit of sellotape. There we go. So what you need to do with your ears is, when you're sticking them on, you just need to do it so they're slightly lower than the top of the love heart, so that it's sort of like shaped for the dog's head and things. I'll show you. So yeah, so here we are. So it's a little bit slightly lower than the curve of the love heart. And I think using sellotape is good because they're not likely to fall off, and then you can have sort of like waggy ears. So that's how I've done them. And then the next thing we're going to do, which I think is the really fun thing, is we're going to make our dog's little nose. So now this is made out of another love heart, if you can see that. So, like I say, you can use anything you want. I'm just using some paper, but if you have got things like some black pom-poms or anything, you could cut out the shape of the love heart and then cover it in pom-poms or glitter or whatever you want to do. But for now, I'm just going to use some paper. So again, we're just going to draw a little love heart, and then we're going to cut that out as well. It is really good if you're if you do have sort of younger ones that want to practice with cutting things out. It's a really fun activity for things like that. And it's lots of sort of sticking and whatnot as well. So with your love heart nose, you don't want it to be too big, just because it depends how big you've done your sort of large love heart face. Mine's not overly big, so I'm not gonna try and do a massive love heart. But like I say, if you're making it into something like a mask, then you can do it a lot bigger if you want to. Right, so got sort of one side of the love heart. I'm really not good at doing love hearts. I've just discovered this in life. Right, so I've just cut out a little love heart, and then what we're going to do is we're going to stick that in the middle of our little dog's nose, for our dog's nose. Okay. Do people like snow? I love snow. Saying that, I've not really been out on it, but it's nice to look at. I didn't think we were going to get any snow down this way this year, but we have got a little bit. Actually started snowing on my daughter's birthday as well, so that was really lovely. Right, so here we have our little dog's nose. It's stuck on. Now, as you can see on this one, we've sort of done the mouth down the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a thick black pen, and we're going to go from the love heart nose all the way down to the triangle bit of the big love heart, like so. And then we're going to go ever so slightly up the sides, just enough so you can see it. Right. There we are. So you're just doing it so that you can ever so slightly see it up the sides there as well. So that's that bit. And then the last bit that we're going to do is make our dog's little eyes. Now you can use little sort of googly eyes if you want to, some cotton wool and some pom-poms, anything you want. I'm going to use just a little bit of paper and some pens, which is a good idea if you sort of want to encourage some like mark making and things like that. And also if you haven't got things like googly eyes or pom-poms or anything at home, there's so many things that you can just do with paper. So I'm just going to cut out two little sort of oval shapes for the dog's eyes, and then I'm just going to colour them in with black pen. I'll show you in just a second. Obviously you won't, if you're making it into a mask, you won't need to do this bit, you'll just need to cut out two little eye holes. But if you're using it as a Valentine's Day card, this is what we're doing. Now you can, if you actually make these out of card, you could draw your little Valentine's message on the back, or you could stick these on top of a bit of card and then have it as like a standard card. Which is what I think I'll do, because I'm just using paper, so I think I'm going to stick it onto a nice bit of card, and then you can write your message in the middle, which is nice. Right, so I'm just going to stick the eyes on, and then I can show you what we've got. Okay. Right, so I've just stuck the little eyes on. Now if you want to make it into a mask, obviously you won't have these eyes, you'll have holes. And then what you can also do, because of where the ears are, you can turn it round and put a little hole on either side, and then the ears will hide it as well. And then you just thread a little bit of string through, and then you can use it as a mask. So there we have our little Valentine's Day Love Heart Puppy card. I hope you all have a lovely Valentine's Day. I know it's not till sort of next weekend. Remember that there is another live video on Thursday, so all make sure you go and catch that. Thank you all for watching, and I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye!